I am going to walk you through the process of mapping your customer journey to increase website conversion. I'm going to talk to you from three perspectives. From the perspective of me as a customer, a few years ago we bought a property. I'm going to walk you through how I went about researching and getting a new kitchen. Fast forward to recently, I worked with a kitchen retailer. So I'm going to walk you through how we designed a customer journey map for that retailer. Before you look at customer journey map, it's important to understand that you have two perspectives. The perspective of the customer, of how a customer journeys to purchase. So let's look at it from the perspective of a kitchen retailer. What do they think their customer purchase journey looks like? Ideally, they believe that you find them online. Possibly, you also can find them in the shopping mall. But primarily, from a website perspective, they believe you find them online. You have awareness through Google Ads or through social media. And the first thing you do is you request a brochure to see the kitchen designs, or you request an appointment to a showroom. And from a physical store perspective, you can walk in and visit the showroom. In the showroom, they expect you to work with the designer, and those designer would design your future state, what you want your kitchen to look like. Obviously, they'll first try and understand what your concerns are about your existing kitchen and what improvements you want. And they're going to offer you information about design layout that you don't already know. In most instances, they're going to try to upsell and cross sell you as much as they can, because let's face it, the salespeople are going to get a commission. So even from a customer's perspective, a very aware customer would be mindful when dealing with the salespeople because they know they just want to sell them something. And after that, from the company's perspective, they expect the third stage for you to make payment. And that payment is maybe you set up a payment plan, direct debit, or whatever payment plan you can set up. And then the final stage from the company's perspective is when they then deliver the kitchen cabinets and then the appliances, the tap, and everything to you. So, in actual fact, the customer journey from a company's perspective is linear, is straightforward. Now, let's look at the customer journey from a customer's perspective. In this instance, I'm going to come in with my experience a few years ago when I was actually trying to buy a kitchen from a kitchen retailer. And you can then compare how that is different and it's not entirely linear. My first awareness of the brand, of a kitchen brand, the one I actually went with, was in the shopping mall. I was not interested in buying a kitchen at the time. It was a shopping mall that had a computer store there. So every time I go there, I know and I see their brand. They had good branding from a color perspective. Then I mentioned earlier on that I realized that our kitchen lacked space. We needed more space in the kitchen. That was a problem that we had. And the solution we thought was, okay, for us to create space in this kitchen, we need to redesign the kitchen entirely. We can't just move things around. We needed to move the washing machine away from the kitchen to create more space. And we were looking at, okay, what are the solutions we needed to do? Move some cabinets. Some cabinets had spaces at the top. We just needed to redesign the kitchen entirely. And at this stage, I started reading online reviews about the kitchen companies, online reviews about different designs of kitchen to kind of see what other people thought about the kitchen installation process and things like that. I visited multiple kitchen websites to try and understand, okay, what is this process about? Then I requested a lot of brochures. For the ones that were local, I booked an appointment, but for the ones that were far away, I just wanted to make sure I looked at different design. I ordered more brochures that I needed. And I was trying to understand the kitchen process. Mind you, in all this research, none of those brochures actually explain the kitchen installation process to me. The information I was looking for, the more information I got, the more confused I got. And then I visited more showrooms to be able to compare the quality of different kitchens that was available. I visited the showroom of the original the showroom of the kitchen retail I saw in the shopping mall, and I visited other showrooms. At this stage, I've moved from awareness, my interest is there. Now I'm in the consideration stage. I'm thinking, okay, what are the designs and how does design associate with cost? Are there designs that are cheaper? Are there designs that are more expensive? And I started reviewing different options that were open to me. And at this time, I realized that, hang on a minute, who is going to fit the kitchen? I realized that I needed someone to even rip off the existing kitchen from the house. And I quickly started researching about kitchen fitters. Again, this was totally different from the kitchen retailer. Now I need actual professionals that would rip off the old kitchen and then do the flooring, do the ceiling, do the electricals. I quickly realized that the project was more than I anticipated. But at this stage, I was knee deep in the kitchen installation process. From a customer's perspective, because I've invested a lot of time and I've already started getting quotes from even from the showrooms that I visited, I had existing quotes from them. I started comparing the options that I had and I requested quotes from the people that were going to actually remove the kitchen and install the kitchen. So at this point, I quickly realized that, hang on a minute, getting a kitchen is not going to be just with the kitchen retailers alone. I needed to deal with the removal company that would remove the existing kitchen and the waste disposal. And it was just more work than I anticipated. I started evaluating the cost to understand how much is this going to cost me actually. Then I realized that it's more expensive than I originally thought. And then I decided, okay, went to the kitchen retailer that I chose, and then I made payment. After making payment, I started the kitchen removal process close to when the kitchen will be delivered. And then I received the delivery. When I say I received the delivery of the kitchen, I received delivery of the cabinet and I received the delivery of the tap, the appliances, and things like that. And then the installation happened. So this is the customer journey from a customer's perspective. If you look at it, it's not as linear and it's not as short as what the customer journey is based on the website. There is a lot of problems that I went through after receiving the delivery of the kitchen. And my experience with the kitchen retailer wasn't really good because I felt they didn't give me as much information as I needed. They were more interested in making the sale, delivering the kitchen, and then leaving me hanging. So, from a post purchase customer service perspective, I wasn't really happy with them. And I got burnt because the initial kitchen fitter that I hired wasn't good and it left me high and dry. And I actually had to find another kitchen fitter. So, what I'm trying to say here is from the period where the kitchen was delivered, when the kitchen was removed, to the period where we had a brand new kitchen that we could use, it was between 6 to 8 weeks. So essentially, I was without a kitchen for close to 2 months. So that's not a great experience. That was an information I found out the hard way. So if you're looking at customer journey mapping, you want all this pain points, all these issues I had with purchasing a kitchen before and after. You want that to be information that the company, the kitchen retailer would use to speed the process, to help me manage expectations. So the buyer's remorse and regret that I had after they delivered the kitchen, if I had had that information beforehand and it was communicated really well, then that wouldn't be a problem at the end. So let's look at customer journey map. Let me walk you through the process where you can use customer journey map to design and improve your website conversion. For you to do customer journey map, you need 2 steps. The first step is an internal brainstorming. The internal brainstorming is important because you want to have a cross-functional perspective. You want to ensure that you have the end-to-end customer journey mapped out. So you need a few people to be present in your internal brainstorming session. This brainstorming session is important because the output of this brainstorming session is knowledge of the crowd. It's you gathering knowledge about your customer from every department in your organization and bringing that knowledge together to be used as qualitative and quantitative insight to improve the conversion of your website. Conversion rate optimization is not just A B testing. When you see conversion rate optimization being pushed at A B testing alone, that is an amateur that doesn't understand conversion optimization. So you need your head of marketing. Some instances, depending on the size of your organization, you might need your CEO. But the presence of the head of marketing, CMO, or the CEO is a blessing and a curse when you're talking about internal brainstorming. Their presence becomes political. People go into their shell, they don't want to share information, people are scared. And anything the CMO or the CEO says, even if it's valid or not valid, any recommendation, everyone just flows through towards that direction. So for an internal brainstorming session, you need to decide, do you really need your CMO or CEO present? Depending on the personality of the CEO or the CMO, if it's a CMO, CEO that empowers people to talk, but again, it's going to be difficult because you're going to have people within those brainstorming sessions that will go on mute because of the presence of the CMO. A very important stakeholder you need for your internal brainstorming session for your customer journey map is your acquisition team, your customer acquisition team. You need someone from SEO, someone from Google Ads, someone from social media. You don't need everybody. You need someone, a form of representation from each of these disciplines, your SEO, Google Ads, social media. You also need stakeholders, someone present from your website UX team, your analytics team, your conversion rate optimization team. You need your website developer. So that person will be able to communicate what is possible and what is not possible. Whilst the UX people will help you understand your existing customer persona and whatever qualitative insights you have, the analytics person will provide you information about the what. The conversion rate optimization will provide you neuromarketing and conversion recommendations. The acquisition people will tell you about the quality of traffic, how your traffic compares with competitors. The same with the Google Ads will tell you what traffic is expensive, what is cheap. So all these people in a brainstorming session bring their subject matter expertise to design the end-to-end customer journey map to gather those insights. You also need someone from your content team, a copywriter. Definitely need your email marketer presence. And in situation where some of these stakeholders that I'm mentioning are external agencies, you need to have them present representing those disciplines. You need people from your legal and compliance to make sure that whatever you decide, there is no legal ramification. In heavily regulated industry, this is a standard. Whatever you're doing regarding website marketing goes through legal and compliance. But for e-commerce websites where you have more flexibility, you still need to have someone from legal to make sure that you're protected from a GDPR perspective. You need someone from your logistics team, your warehouse team, and you also need someone from your customer service team. These people will have information about customer log, customer complaints, and all those type of stuff that causes churn. You definitely need people from your sales team as well. So these are the internal stakeholders that you need. For this to be successful, you need to identify a facilitator. That facilitator will manage the brainstorming session. If you do not have a facilitator when you're having your brainstorming session to design and to understand your customer journey map, you're going to have problem because you're going to have two or three people that would take over the conversation. Depending on the internal politics that you have within your organization, this session can be a waste of time. If you have a very political, toxic environment, then don't bother about a customer mapping session because it's just going to be a political tussle where people want to impose their opinion. But if you have a good, positive work environment, an internal brainstorming session would help you identify those issues in your customer journey map that would help increase conversion. The second brainstorming session you need to have is with your target customer. Your target customer is not based on their age, their demographic, and things like that, but actually, your target customer should be based on the segments that you have within your customer base. Who are your high value customers? Who are your new customers? Who are your repeat customers? Who are the customers that have been with you for a long time? Who are the customers that are with your competitors that you want to win over? If you have representation of these people, this will make your customer journey mapping session good. The benefit of brainstorming with your customer, with your target customer, is those information will go into the design of your website. Those information base will help you understand what content your customers need. You remember earlier on I mentioned about my journey as a customer buying a kitchen, which is totally different to the company's journey because I worked with a kitchen retailer. What this is saying is an understanding of that journey that I went through by the company will help them understand the type of information that I need to convert. Any website that has those journeys mapped out online and across different channels is bound to increase conversion because those information would remove friction, it will reduce anxiety, it will increase trust. Isolating your conversion to a single landing page based on A/B testing will not work as much because a friction might have happened before or after that would invariably affect conversion. What I'm trying to say is even after a kitchen was delivered to me, I can still return it. And that is extra cost for the organization. As I mentioned, you need to design your customer persona. This is where your UX team comes in. They need to define your buyer profile. They need to define the motivation that makes people buy. Again, as I mentioned, your customer journey mapping should involve different customer segments. So you're not just going to have one single journey map. What you're trying to identify is the emotions of your customer as they go through awareness, consideration, purchase, onboarding, and advocacy. So I have a template that I use that you can interview, get information about your customer. The important thing about customer journey mapping is it will help you identify your customer pain points. You would understand their pain points at the awareness stage, their pain points at the consideration, even their pain points at the purchase and post-purchase phase of their journey. It will help you understand what touch points really accelerates conversion. It will help you understand what slows down the purchase process, what fastens the purchase process. All these emotions that people are facing through the awareness, consideration, and purchase phase. Once you're able to get that information from customer journey mapping session with your target customer, you're able to identify possible solutions that will help you solve that problem. Once you have a solution, once you have those insights, you do not need A/B testing to go and implement those insights because this is from your actual customer. You know what and why different things trigger different emotions at different stage of the customer journey. My name is Femi Olajiga. I can help you facilitate your internal brainstorming session in situations where you need an external stakeholder, someone that is neutral, that can really facilitate and get that voice of the customer out of your internal stakeholders. From your internal stakeholder session, I can help you use that information to design your customer journey map. And on the flip side, I can also help you interview, listen to your customer, understand their pain point from the awareness stage, the pain point from the consideration and purchase stage. I can also help you to identify solution that would increase the speed of people moving from awareness to consideration, that would increase the purchase speed from awareness to actual purchase. And with the post-purchase experience, customer journey map, interviewing the customer, listening to the customer, using different UX and different qualitative techniques to gather those information. That information would then be used not just for your website alone. That information from customer journey map will be used for your acquisition channel. It will be used for your content on your website, for your email marketing. It will be used for every touch point. It will be used for every user interaction. And the goal is to trigger the right emotions. Psychology plays a strong part in customer behavior, in customer purchase. And it's not like brainwashing your customer, but it's understanding their expectation, understanding their anxiety, understanding what will trigger them to buy, understanding what would trigger them not to buy. Once you understand what triggers people not to buy, you're able to avoid and eliminate all those things from your marketing. You're able to eliminate it from all your touch points. Once you're able to eliminate all this emotion, all those pain points that hinder conversion, you're able to increase conversion. Like I said, conversion does not really happen on the website alone. In instances where you have the website as the start of the journey, where people are then passed on to the physical location, you need that customer journey mapping to understand those pain points that happen in the physical location, and then to work with all those teams to resolve those issues. That is why I strongly believe that conversion rate optimization is a responsibility of the organization. Conversion rate optimization is not the responsibility of one team. That is why you need that cross-functional team coming together to brainstorm. And that's why you need that facilitator that would champion that process, that would see that conversion from acquisition all through to the offline store. So again, my name is Femi Olajiga. I can help you increase conversion on your website with a 90-day plan. Connect with me on LinkedIn, send me a message. You can find my details in the show notes, and I'll be looking forward to helping you. In the next episode of the podcast, I'm going to be talking about go-to-market strategy. I'm going to be talking about digital marketing strategy. The problem with marketing is some marketers don't have a strategy. The ones that have a strategy, the strategy is all fluff. So I'm going to be walking you through the tried and tested marketing strategy that is guaranteed to increase revenue and increase sale. Mind you, this marketing strategy is not just focused on websites alone. It's focused on a lot of things. It's focused on the quality of your team, the skill of your team. Follow me, connect with me, subscribe to the channel, and you will not miss future episodes. Again, I'm available for one-to-one coaching and consulting. Thank you very much.
If you've got a real-life question, challenge, or scenario that you would like covered, Femi can cover it in the future episodes of the podcast. Just drop him a message on LinkedIn. Femi is also available for one-to-one coaching and consultancy services as well. So head over to LinkedIn, connect with him, and send in your message.